So it's that time of year again. It's April, and we're beginning to get back into our gardens, and one of the most common questions we get asked at Devon Stone is how do we repair our patios following the winter? The most notable problem being the algae growth and the green that we see on them. So we've come to Patio to have a look at the problem as it stands, and if I turn the camera, we can see a patio still covered up for the winter period, but the rather lovely stone is not looking quite as perfect as the owners would like it to be. So today we're going to introduce Devon Stone's Alga Clean product. It comes in 1 litre or 5 litre containers, such as this one, and all we need is a spray gun and a broom to clear up any debris, and then eventually a hose pipe to wash it all off. So I won't take you through the process of sweeping up the patio. However, obviously any debris that we find on the patio needs to be removed. At this stage, it's also a good idea to take out any plants off of the terrace, and any large furniture, just move it so that we can get underneath it. Now, having swept clean an area of this terrace, so rather than take you through the whole video, we'll just pick on a small subsection. There are 2 other things that are worth mentioning. Obviously, like all chemicals, make sure that you read the instructions on the back. You'll notice that there is a cross in an orange box there, which means that obviously it is a hazardous chemical. So make sure that you take the correct precautions. Some people prefer to wear a face mask. Always check the label, and it's also worth making sure that you dress appropriately, so that you don't damage any of your clothing. Right, now, having swept the terrace, all we're going to do is obviously open the container of the chemical. We will also take a pressurized spray can. These are readily available in any garden centre or any hardware store. Whilst I do this, one of the questions that we're often asked is whether a jet wash is a good idea. Now, clearly, jet washes will clean out the surface, but they also create a perfect growing environment for algae, because we're introducing a lot of moisture into the stone, and then if the right growing conditions in terms of shade and sunlight take place, we're effectively creating a habitat. The idea of the Alga Clean is that it is actually an active chemical that not only deals with the problem there and then, but remains active for a period of time, and protects your terrace from further growth, usually for the remainder of the season. So we're just putting the pressurized system back on. Okay, and we'll move straight on to the spraying. Now, having put the Alga Clean from Devon Stone inside the pressurized container, we'll take a small patch. All we proceed to do is literally to spray the area that we would like to see dealt with. There's no massive technique involved. It's just making sure that the area is sufficiently covered with the Alga Clean. So I've just sprayed 2 tiles, so if I come away, hopefully that we'll see what the difference is between those 2 tiles and the remainder of the terrace once the Alga Clean has got to work on it. So just 30 seconds in having sprayed the Alga Clean onto the terrace, and a long time before it starts actually penetrating into the stone, we can already see, and if I go closer in, we can see that the active agents in the product are already beginning to eat up all the algae growth. Another thing that's worth mentioning, and we will put this on our website www.devonstone.com, is that in order to protect the terrace and also to encapsulate the alga clean into it, it's worth considering putting a complementary sealant. So we would recommend the Twins product for that onto the terrace, which will protect the terrace in general. It will protect it against you know, food and wine being dropped onto it in the party season, but it will also protect and encapsulate the alga clean and leave it as an active ingredient on the stone, so it continues to work against any future algae growth. So we're now about 15 minutes in, and we can see that the cleaner is still active, still working, but already we can see that it is having quite an impact on the terrace, and that's prior to applying any form of water, any form of cleaning. Whilst that's working, I'm going to do a little bit more of the terrace, and we'll catch up in a moment when that's been done. So just back again, and as you can see, I've literally just finished spraying half the area, so that's taken me all of probably 7 minutes, and the agent's been working whilst I've been doing it, and the difference between the area that has been treated and the untreated area is immediately visible. Just looking at the step, literally sprayed 3 minutes ago, so the agent's still working on it, and we can immediately see that the terrace is coming back to life. So with the hard work out of the way, all that remains is to literally wash off the product now that it's worked into the stone. So for the purpose of this, although we have more commercial equipment, I have taken a simple Karcher pressure wash with the Patio cleaner on it, and what we'll do now is we'll switch it through, switch it on even. Okay, and now that the product has done the hard work, literally we will go over the stone and, as you can see, immediately we have an incredibly clean terrace that has an active agent in it to stop further algae growth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the Karcher through the rest of the terrace, clean it all up. I don't envisage this taking much longer than 15-20 minutes. The size of this terrace is approximately 100 square meters. It's taken approximately 6 litres of product to treat it, and we'll show you the end result. So we're back on the terrace now that it's all been washed down, and actually since we started filming, it's also decided to rain. However, if we have a look around at the terrace, so we haven't dressed it up, the table is now covered up again, but the plants are back out. We can see immediately the transformation that has happened to this terrace. So at about 100 square meters, this terrace is probably somewhere in the region of £15,000 to £17,000 to install. And what we have shown is that by the simple application, so about an hour in terms of time, we have returned a terrace back to its former glory from what was beginning to look reasonably shabby. That took 6 litres of product. We haven't sealed it, and as I say, it only took about an hour to do. So there we have it. For more information, contact Devon Stone at www.devonstone.com, or telephone number 01392 879 767. That's 01392 879 767. Just to conclude, we have used our Alga Clean product on a limestone terrace today. The Alga Clean, is specifically formulated for natural stone. So it's not a product for wood, but it is a product which will not damage your natural stone but enhance it. It is also an active ingredient that will remain active typically for the season. And as we can see, for a cost of around £50, we have taken a terrace which has actually been installed, I'm told, 10 years ago, so not a new terrace, and we've returned it to as new condition with very, very little effort and very little expense. In fact, looking around the rest of the terrace, I can see that there's a lot of painted walls that will require dealing with in order to freshen the whole area up. And I'm assuming that the cost of the paint will outstrip the cost of the Alga Clean product, which has returned the most expensive element to the terrace back to new. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. As I say, for more information, please contact us at Devon Stone at www.devonstone.com, or on UK 01392 879 767. I'm Jose Cortizo. Thank you.